Now let's finish up our form by updating our button. In this video, we'll implement the Angular material button using the MatButtonModule. We'll also include an icon inside of the button to give it a polished look. As always, let's check out the documentation. Under the button component, under the Overview tab, we'll be using the Extended Fab button. And this will allow us to add this nice icon within our Submit button. If we take a closer look at that, we'll need to bring in a couple modules to use this. We'll need to bring in the Mat Icon module and also the Mat Button module within our Contact Us component. And then if we look at the HTML, we'll use a couple attributes. One will be the Mat Fab attribute with the Extended attribute. The Extended attribute will allow us to include the icon and also the label within our button. The Mat Fab attribute in version 19 it's hyphened. If we look at version 20, and this was released in the last couple weeks, it has changed. If we go back to the HTML, you'll notice it's camel case now. That goes for the Mat button, and also if we scroll all the way down to the Mat Fab. If you're following along with a later version, just keep that in mind that this has changed if you're implementing this button. But since this course is for version 19, we'll switch it back to version 19, and we'll use the hyphened attribute, the Mat Fab hyphened attribute. But before we can implement this, we'll bring in our modules back to the TypeScript file. We'll start off with the Mat Button module. At the top, we'll import the button module, and then also bring that into our imports array. I'll add that right here, and then close it up. And then that's for our button module. Now we'll need to bring in our icon module. I'll add that here as well. And then also include that into our imports as well. Now that we have the modules we'll need, we'll update the template next. Inside of our Submit button, we'll add in the Mat Fab and also the Extended attribute. And since we brought in our icon module, we could use the Mat icon. And I'm thinking of using the Google Send icon. That'll look really good within that button. We want to apply some styles to this button. I'll add the class attribute. And the class is called Submit Button. We already have that within our style sheet. We'll need to update that. And then we'll add one more thing. I'll add a comment right above this button. And this is just to remind everybody, if you're using version 20 or later, to use the Mat Fab camel case. And if you're following along in version 19, use the hyphened Mat Fab. That's the only changes for our template. Now we'll update our style sheet. Within the Submit Button class that we added within our template, I'll replace this with a snippet, and this will help it align better to the center of our form. That's the only changes we need to make. Let's view this in the browser. And now we have a button with an icon inside of it. It looks really good. And also we have a disabled state. I went ahead and added some information here, and when we no longer have a valid form, the button is disabled. All of the Angular material buttons have a disabled state. If we go back to the documentation, and then within the examples below, you'll notice they all have a disabled state. And how you could apply that is by, within the HTML, if you add in the disabled attribute, as you can see here. And we're applying that already within our form, within the template. And you can see that here, we're binding to this. And we're checking if the form is in an invalid state. If it's invalid, set this to true, disabling the button. If it's false, allow the button to submit the form. This closes out Module 4. In the next video, let's go over what we covered under this module.